Peace, health, and longevity. If you want to consume more plant-based foods, if you want to abstain from junk foods, if you want to consume fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and herbs, and avoid dead flesh, artificial flavors and colorings, sweeteners, anything that is unreal basically, purchase this particular manual, The Easiest Way to Become a Vegan by Pharaoh Ramesses El Aton, who has been a vegan 40 plus years. He will take you step by step on how to abstain from the junk foods, how to abstain from the dead flesh, the chicken, the turkey, the pork, beef, and all sorts of animal products. Purchase this particular manual, The Easiest Way to Become a Vegan, to eat more natural. Remember that the herbs are for the healing of the nations. Let food be your medicine and let medicine be your food. Consume of every fruit-bearing and herb-bearing tree. Unto you it shall be for meat. Purchase this particular manual, The Easiest Way to Become a Vegan by Pharaoh Ramesses El Aton. Peace, health, and longevity.
Okay, good day, good day, good day. Positive energy all the time. Good to see you all. Hope you're having a great day. Just took my Shilajit. You know anything about Shilajit? Just took my Shilajit. I don't know if I can get a good shot of it. There we go. This is what it looks like. We'll talk about it. I have two brands. I have this brand. I'm not going to show the, I don't like it as much as the original brand I bought. I have this brand. It's good, but I'm not going to show who they are. But I prefer this brand here. Shilajit. Look into that. And we will talk about that. Shilajit. Okay. This is it right here. All right. This is not a paid promotion. This is just something that I use myself. Okay. Himalayan Healing Shilajit is your daily natural boost, rich in over 85 essential minerals and fulvic acid, sourced from the highest peaks, hand harvested, glacier purified, and sun-dried for unmatched purity and potency. This is the company that I purchased it from. Himalayan Healing is the company. Okay. You might want to check them out. So I hope y'all doing great. Health is wealth. Great to see you, Sherry. I hope you're doing fine. Looking lovely as usual. Good to see you, Michael. More power. Ross Malachi. The beautiful and gorgeous Angela is here. Danielle is here. And my brother XYZ is here. Body Sculpture Challenge is here. Make sure you work out. Post your workouts. Hashtag Body Sculpture Challenge. And stay in shape with the Body Sculpture Challenge. So today I'm going to be talking about rehabilitation. Rehabilitation. Rehab. Now, this is a very serious conversation. Rehabilitation is often very difficult if you're rehabbing from physical injuries and things like that. And I thought this would be an excellent conversation for you all because I'm covering just health in general and how plants are always beneficial when it comes to health. Always. No matter how you eat, plants must be a part of your regimen when it comes to eating. Fruits and vegetables, herbs and spices, nuts and grains are very, very important. Very. So we're going to talk about rehabilitation. I went through a situation where I had to go to rehabilitation. And so you could say I'm a little bit of an expert. I was a victim of a stabbing, which damaged my leg. And so it took me, I say a year to walk, but I don't think that's correct. I think it took me more like 6 months, maybe about 6 months from the time I was in a wheelchair to the time I walked. Maybe about 6 months. I think I had to think about it. So it took about 6 months. My youngest son was conceived before I could walk. Hey. So my youngest son was conceived when I was just, all I could do was lay on my back. She had to do all the work. But we got a son out of it. And I had to go to rehab. Yeah, I had to go to rehab. And that takes a lot of um, that takes a lot. Okay. So I got many different people watching me for health and things like that. And I like to cover everything we could go through in life that has anything to do with nutrition, eating, health. And I figured this would be great. You have many different types of rehab. Now, if you're not a vegan yet and you're going through rehab and they suggest you eat this, 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 and this, my best advice would be to follow their instructions. Now, people say, well, I thought you pushing veganism. If you're weak and you're going through rehab, that is not the time to go vegan necessarily because you have to practice going vegan, going plant based. To go into a plant based way of eating takes some practice. You have to learn how to get all the nutrients. If you're healthy, you got time to adjust to eventually get all your nutrients. But if you are sick or going through some type of rehab, you don't have any time for errors when it comes to building your strength up. So, my advice if you're not a vegan already and you're going through some type of rehab, increase the amount of fruits and vegetables you're eating, but I wouldn't cut everything if you don't have your strength up. If you have your strength, fine. You can go ahead and attempt to go vegan. If you don't have your strength, my advice would be you can't afford to be practicing. So whatever you could put into your body to give you the nourishment to push through your rehab, especially if it's a physical rehab that takes energy and muscle to do, that would be not the time to go vegan. But it would be the perfect time to include way more fruits and vegetables into your eating plan. So if you're already eating fish or chicken, which I'm totally against, but if you're already eating that and something happens, some accident or some surgery, my advice, if you're not already a vegan, would be to go ahead and eat your little bit of fish and chicken, but cut down on it and add more fruits and vegetables just to make sure that you're getting a balanced nutrition and not under eating. Because when you go plant based, you can't undereat. You can't just eat some grapes. Now, you can go on a grape fast if you're already strong and have nutrition. But if you're transitioning, you got to eat. So if you're going plant based and you're trying to eat plant based and you're just experimenting, you got to eat 3 times a day breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You got to eat plant based food. You can't eat like a bird. You're not a bird, you're a human being. So I wouldn't advise practicing at that time. That would be my advice. Okay? Because you got to know what you're doing. You can't just go plant based. You have to, it's something you have to study. It's something you have to, you have to be eating around it. So you have to get your mind right. You still got to eat rounded meals. You still got to eat 3 course, 4 course, 5 course meals. Okay? You can't, it's just not a good time to experiment because you need your energy to walk. Now, if nothing's wrong with you, good. You're good to go. Unless you're very skinny and already a little malnourished. Going vegan might not be the thing for you because you didn't even eat right when you ate the regular way. So if you're not eating much and you're frail, I mean, you need to get that together first. You need to put some type of weight on or something before you try to go vegan because you're too frail and you mess around, try to go vegan and try to eat like you've been eating. The reason you're so frail and so skinny, you're going to get sick because you have to eat. You can't cut back and just start nibbling. You have to eat. So we're going to talk about that situation when you're transitioning like that. If you're going to rehab, you're going to have to transition. And so when I really think about it, yeah, I really didn't finish. I was kind of walking, but I hadn't finished my rehab because I was still using a cane. Still had to sit down a lot. So, yeah, about maybe 6 months. I had gotten married. That's me next to the young lady. I was using the cane then. It was probably very hard for me to stand up, right? We got married in her mother's backyard. An Ethiopian priest did the ceremony for me. And I think I wasn't all the way rehabbed yet, but she was taking me to St. Joseph Hospital. I think that's the name of it. I think that's the name of it. Wait, that's not the name of it. Let me see. What's the name of that hospital? Well, it might not be there. Well, it might have changed the name of it. Yeah, it's changed. St. Francis. It was St. Francis. I don't think that's there anymore. And that's where I went to have my rehab at. So somebody bought it. And Going to rehab is very, very difficult depending on how bad your injuries. Mine were pretty serious. And so I started by going there in a wheelchair. So rehabilitation, first you have to do everything they're telling you to do. Okay. You must do everything they tell you to do. You cannot cut corners. If they tell you, if you got problems with your hands, they tell you to do hand exercise for 30 minutes, 3 times a day, you must do that. If they tell you, pull your foot up, don't let it hang down, you must do that. Whatever they tell you, these are the professionals when it comes to rehabilitating yourself. You must follow the instructions of the doctors and the clinical therapists and the people that work in rehab. You have to listen to what they're telling you because they do it time and time again, whether it's for your eyes, your hearing, something on your body, your hand, whatever. It's very, very important to follow the instructions, what they tell you to do if you got to go to rehab. And no matter what type of rehab you're going through, the body needs certain minerals, vitamins, and nutrition and liquids to work. That comes from thinking. It needs that. It needs it for concentration. It needs it for drive, to have the drive to rehab. You need it for strength, energy. And so let's say you had something and you're out the hospital and you're trying to rehab so you can get up and move around again. You got to eat. You got to do whatever they tell you to do, but you have to eat. Okay? So that, yes, Sherry, you have to. A lot of times, Sherry, we don't eat much. You have to eat more than you used to eat. And that's the difficult part. Sherry, you have to eat more than what you used to eat. And you have to add more fruits and more vegetables to rehab because that's where the stimulation comes from. I got a friend just recently called me not too long ago, and they seemed like they were going through something. They wasn't sleeping well, and they was losing weight. So I told them, go to the store, get this. Get this milk right here. It's got 8 grams of plant protein in it. Get this. Get some food and eat more a day. Because they said, yeah, my appetite is going away. So you got to force yourself to eat. They went to the store. They got the milk I told them to get. They got fruits and vegetables like I told them to get. They drank the milk because they said, well, if you having trouble eating it, use a protein shake until you eat more. So go drink this and then eat a nice meal. So they followed my instructions, they ate a nice meal. And the next time I talked to them, they said, I slept so good. That dream, they said, I haven't dreamed in a minute which I didn't know all of this. I don't talk to him that much. He said, I haven't dreamed in a minute. I was so happy I had a dream. That I was dreaming. I mean, I was sleeping, that I was really asleep this time. I wasn't half asleep. Well, one reason they was half asleep, they wasn't putting enough nutrition in their body. They wasn't eating enough. They wasn't eating enough because when you eat and you eat enough, right? The more you eat, Sherry, then your body got to digest it. And while your body is digesting, you're going to get a little tired because those muscles and parts in the body is working and are exercising the digestive food. And that's going to make you what? Hibernate, sleep better. So if you don't eat more, Sherry, you're not going to sleep well. If you don't sleep well, you're not going to heal. So you have to eat more. You have to force yourself. Doesn't have to be a whole lot more, but a little more today, a little more tomorrow. You have to eat. Now, some people say, that's hard for me. Okay, then fix your regular meal. Get you some cherries. Get you some grapes. Okay, you had your breakfast. Now you're chilling. You don't want any more food. Cool. 1, 2 hours after breakfast, eat a cherry. Eat another cherry. Eat the cherries. Not all at once. Take your time and just eat one cherry or one grape. Grapes are excellent. Then another grape. Then another grape. Then another grape. So now you're putting something in your system that's not making you feel full. You're not going to be aware how much of it you're eating because you're just eating one. But that could easily end up 15 grapes. And next thing you know, you're kind of full on the grapes. Whatever you got to do, you cannot rehab if you don't eat. It's not going to happen, Sherry. You have to eat more. And when you eat more, you're going to feel great. You're going to get a boost of energy, and that's when it's going to click in like, oh. But you got to force yourself to do that, Sherry. Once you eat more, a couple days, you'll get it. You'll be like, okay, you're going to feel great. If you don't eat, you're not going to feel well. The body cannot heal because you're not feeding it. So the blood's running, whatever you're trying to fix, whatever you're trying to rehabilitate, Sherry, the body's got to pull nutrients to fix whatever it is. It can't just fix it. It's like you're building a house, right? You need bricks, you need mortar, you need wood, you need nails. Yeah, and the body's the same way. So if you're rebuilding your body, you have to send the carpenters and the plumbers tools. You have to send them the materials it needs to repair the body. So you have to eat more. If you're trying to rehab and you're just eating a little bit, first off, the longer you take the rehab, the less the chance the rehab is going to be successful. So you cannot drag out your rehab. It's got to be done quick. If my finger won't bend and I don't hurry up and do my rehab to get my finger to bend, And my finger won't, it'll heal crooked. It'll heal like this. Because I didn't do my rehab with my finger. And so now I'm not eating a lot. So I'm half, right? You can't work on it. You have to do it, Sherry. You can't work on it. You don't have time to work on it. You're rehabbing now. You don't have time. You cannot do what you want to do anymore, Sherry. You have to do what you have to do. You can't work on it. You have to do that now. You have to force yourself. Oh, let me eat this food. Listen, Sherry, I'm trying to build muscle right now, which is like the other side of rehab. You know, rehab is building yourself back up. I'm fine. I'm trying to build myself up more. I'm supposed to eat 3 meals a day with maybe some things in between. I don't eat like that, Sherry. I basically eat maybe once a day or twice a day because I'll cook something, chill, and then I might go back and eat some more of that. So my 2 meals be the same 1 meal. In order for me to build muscle, I got to eat, I'm supposed to eat 3 different meals. Not the same thing 3 times, but this group of different things, this group of different things, and this group of different things. And I'm just like you, Sherry. I don't do that. But I have to force myself to do that. I don't have a choice. So I have to do something that I don't do to get the results I want. I want the results. What else can I do, Sherry? I got to do what I got to do for the results. So I'm going to be going to the store, and I got to, the next time I go to the store, I'm be shopping different. I'm going to be buying amounts to make 3 different meals, something that I haven't done in years. Because when I lived in Hawaii, I just ate off the land. So I just ate, you know. But now I got to go back to like when I grew up, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, something I haven't done that in 47 years. Have I done breakfast, lunch, and dinner? But I have to because I'm trying to put on this extra muscle. And I only got the rest of this year and next year to get my goal. And I have to see my goal by January 1st. So that next year I'm just building on it. So September, October, November, December. I got 4 months to get it together. So September, I will be forcing myself to eat 3 times a day. I'll be eating smaller amounts because if I eat too much, then I won't be hungry at lunchtime. So I'm going to eat, but I got to eat to the point where I don't eat too much, but I got to be prepared to eat again. It's got to be 3 times a day, no matter when I start and when I finish. Then when I finish, I have to stay up a certain amount of hours before I go to sleep. So even if the last meal is, 11 o'clock at night, that means I got to stay up 1, 2, at least 2:33. If I can get them in earlier, then I can go to bed earlier. If I don't do that, I'm not going to rehabilitate my body or rehab my body to the next level. So if you're rehabbing, you have to pump your body with nutrition. You have to. Because nutrition controls your brain, it controls your drive, it controls your sex drive. It controls your muscles. It controls your nerves. It controls your bones, your digestion. Everything is based on what we consume. And so if you're going through rehab, you have to feed the body. You have to feed the body to rehab. The younger you are, the easier it is. The older you are, the more difficult it is. Because young people can bounce back because they're young. If you're 40 and up, you can't just bounce back. You have to feed yourself to get that energy. This is why you see boxers have to eat a certain way. Athletes have to eat a certain way. You'll see them like, why is he eating like that? They have to. If they don't eat a certain way, they cannot box like that. They cannot get out there and box on an empty stomach. They have to be putting mad nutrition in there to get out there and train all them hours. They cannot train. And so when you're talking about rehab, you have to eat. And one of the main things you have to consume is liquids, positive liquids, not soda and juice without no healthy liquids. Vegetable juice, fresh fruit juices, nut milks. You have no choice. And one of the keys is the fruits and vegetables. That's going to be the key to your rehabilitation. Good to see you, April. What's up, baby Lane? Plus X1, good to see you. Right? So the only way you could, and not this is just not from physical rehab, mental rehab. If you have some type of mental situation, loneliness, a bad breakup, brain fog, anything mental, same thing. If you eat, it will help repair any damage. Coffee has to go. Coffee has to go in the morning. You can't do coffee in the morning. Good to see you, brother Elijah. Sherry, you can't do coffee in the morning because coffee and the caffeine is going to kill your appetite. You can't do coffee because coffee, Sherry, is going to give you a fake stimulant. If I was you, if I was advise you, and you're going through some type of rehab, I would say no coffee at all. Why? Because coffee is going to give you a fake stimulant. You're going to feel like you're up, but you're not. And the problem with coffee is the caffeine or the stimulant from the coffee is going to make you feel energized without any real nutrition to be really energized. So if you're going through some type of rehab, let's say like me, I could drink some coffee and be up. Now let's say I want to put on muscle. If I drink the coffee and I'm feeling great and I go to try to put on muscle, when I start lifting or whatever, and my body wants to build a muscle, where's my body going to find the nutrition to build a muscle? The coffee is going to make my body think I'm getting nutrition, but I'm not getting none. So at the end of the day, how am I going to build any muscle? The coffee's not going to build none. The coffee's going to make me feel like Superman, but it's not going to add the nutrition for me to be Superman. So you know how you eat? Then after you eat, and after you start digesting it, you know how you get a little sluggish? Well, if you're trying to rehab or build muscle, what do? You eat and then you go work out, and that prevents what? That prevents the sluggishness right away. And then maybe after you work out, you might have to relax a little bit, but at least you'll be able to do some digestion before that. And so, Sherry, I would say definitely the coffee's got to go, because the coffee's giving you a fake stimulant to make you think you're moving around and you're not. It's making you feel like you're okay, like you can live the day out, but you're not. So now when you come down off that coffee, you're going to be in bad shape. You see what I'm saying? It's giving you a fake, it's making you move around with no nutrition. It's like, oh, I started my day, but not really. It's like making you feel like you can move around, but it's fake. It's not real, Sherry. It's not, you're not really feeling well. It's coffee making you feel like you're still moving. You got to get up and have some breakfast. Your coffee has to go. And once the coffee's gone, and once you begin to rehab, then you can say, okay, I'm going to have coffee twice a week or something like that. But I don't see where the coffee is going to help you. It's going to give you a fake feeling of feeling better, of moving around, but that's not going to be real. You're not going to get no vitamin A, no vitamin D, no vitamin C, no B12, no protein, no riboflavin. You're not going to get nothing. How you going to move all day after you slept all night and get up and drink some coffee? And then liquids cut how much food you can eat. This is why a lot of times your parents tell you, don't drink that yet. Eat your food first. Because if you drink that, you ain't going to eat. You got to get your energy from the food, Sherry. You should be getting up in the morning having something like cantaloupe or grapefruit and strawberries, some type of wholesome cereal with almond milk or something like that. If you want to cook something, you should be trying to cook something, but you should make sure it ain't got no lot of dairy and all that in it. Make you some natural pancakes. Get you some plant-based pancake milk, stuff like that. But you got to have fruit and vegetables every day to rehab, because that's what's got the medicine that's going to go inside the body and repair whatever you're trying to repair. Fruits provide essential nutrients that promote what? Healing, reduce inflammation, boost energy, and support mental health during medical rehabilitation. A eating plan rich in fruits aids recovery from injuries, surgery, stroke, and other conditions by providing the body with the building blocks for tissue repair and a stronger immune system. I'm not telling you nothing that's fake. I'm telling you what's really real. This is real. Physical healing and recovery. Fruit reduces inflammation. Many fruits, particularly brightly colored berries, cherries, and citrus, contain antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. These help reduce pain and swelling, which is beneficial after injury or surgery. Supports tissue repair. Vitamin C. Vitamin C. I take a supplement along with the vitamin C I get out of my fruit. Abundant in citrus fruits, strawberries, and kiwis is crucial for producing collagen. Collagen, you all, is what helps your nails grow, help your hair grow, help your bones grow, okay? This key protein is needed to repair ligaments, tendons, skin, and bones. So you need vitamin C. Okay, listen, we'll come back to this. So there's a lot of black women that want to make their hair grow, want to get their nails to grow. And you can go buy collagen, but the collagen you bought is from like cows and stuff because these animals make collagen. But what a lot of people don't understand is the same way the cow make collagen, you can make collagen. So you could eat more fruits and vegetables and your body will make your own collagen. And that's what you need to heal. So like it says here, strawberries, fruits, and kiwis is crucial for producing collagen. This key protein, you understand? Now look what it tells you. Key protein. You see how people say where you get protein from? Now read it again. Vitamin C, abundant in citrus fruits, strawberries, and kiwis is crucial for producing collagen. And what is collagen? A protein. See how they be lying? So they tell you right here that the fruits produce protein. That's what it says right here. Strawberries and kiwis is crucial for producing collagen. What is collagen? Collagen is the key protein needed to repair ligaments, tendons, skins, and bones. See how they lie to you? I told y'all the animals eat fruits and vegetables, and that's how they got protein. It's telling you right here how you build your own protein. You make protein from what you eat. Why they don't tell you that when you search protein? Why they tell you got to get it from a cow when it says right here, vitamin C, abundant in citrus fruits, strawberries, and kiwis, is crucial for producing collagen. This key protein is needed to repair ligaments, tendons, skin, and bones. You want strong bones, eat fruit and vegetables. You see, you got to watch Babylon because Babylon will tell you this over here and it'll tell you that over there. They'll tell you one thing over here. Oh, it's protein, you got to eat meat. Then over here, they'll say, well, you need to eat fruits and vegetables and stuff to build collagen, and it's a protein that's going to make your bones strong. This is what you said. That's what's going to repair your ligaments, tendons, skin, and bones. This is the world we living in, y'all. They don't want to tell you the truth, okay? Boost immune function, antioxidants, and vitamins help strengthen the immune system, which is critical for fighting off infections and supporting overall recovery. When you're rehabbing, when you have an ailment or you have something, your body is fighting to repair it. If your body's fighting to repair damage to the body and you're not boosting your body with lots of nutrients, the body is sucking away nutrients, which opens you up for infections. opens you up for other sicknesses because the damage to your body is taking all your nutrients, and now you're wide open for colds, flus, and many other illnesses. And so if you're in rehab or you have some damage to your body, anything like that, you have to pump it full of nutrition to make sure you have enough nutrition to repair the damage and still protect you from the harmful environment. So when your uncle sneeze, you just don't get sick like that. Because if you was eating enough fruit, your uncle sneeze wouldn't even bother you. Okay? Improves hydration. Fruits with high water content, such as watermelon and strawberries, help keep the body hydrated, which is necessary for all bodily functions and detoxification. You cannot rehab if you're dry. And the standard American diet, SAD, is dry. Is meat, dry. Bread, dry. Potatoes, dry. Mac and cheese, dry. And the only moisture is a Coca-Cola. Sugar. No moisture. No moisture. There's no moisture in the food. They switched out moisture. They switched out collard greens, black-eyed peas, string beans, and that for mac and cheese and potatoes and bread. Aids digestion. Dietary fiber in fruits helps prevent constipation, which can be a side effect of medication or reduced mobility due to recovery. Fiber also promotes a feeling of fullness, which can support healthy eating habits. And so you definitely have to increase the fruits and vegetables that you're consuming. Right now, we're talking about fruits if you're rehabbing from anything. Anything got something to do with you and your body, you need to increase your intake of fruits. Energy and mobility. See, fruits, they provides energy. Fruits offer good, simple carbohydrates that provide a quick, sustained source of energy, fueling the body for physical therapy sessions, which, trust me, like I said, I was stabbed up. It took me some months to learn how to walk. They rolling me in a wheelchair. They want me to do these different exercises, and it's extremely difficult. Extremely. Extremely. And I was young. I was in my early 30s, like 30 years old, 32. And I was vegan. I had been vegan a long time, but I didn't know I hadn't mastered it. I was just living it. And I lived in Hawaii, so I was just naturally getting coconuts. I was just naturally eating mangoes. So I was just naturally doing everything right. So when I end up in Chicago Reaper, I didn't know the science. If I would have known the science, my rehab could have went either faster because I would have just got a juicer and I would have just been juicing up straight energy. But I know what I know now. I could have been eating a bunch of fruit and blending up some really powerful drinks and go to rehab, and I would have been much stronger. I was fine, but I was naturally strong anyway. But imagine if I was 40 or 50 or 60. Use them fruits to pump you up for your rehab. That's where the energy is at. It's in the fruits and the vegetables. replenishes nutrients. Exercise can deplete the body's store of minerals. Fruits contain important minerals like potassium and magnesium, which help maintain proper muscle function and prevent cramping. Enhance athletic recovery. Specific fruits can help with strenuous exercise. For example, tart cherry juice has been shown to reduce muscle damage and inflammation in athletes after intense workouts, speeding up recovery of muscle strength. Brain and mental health. Fruits enhances cognitive function. Specific fruits, such as blueberries and pomegranates, are rich in compounds that protect brain cells, improve microvascular function, and may promote neuroplasticity, which is especially important for stroke recovery, improves mood. Nutrient dense fruits, especially berries and citrus, provide vitamins that support neurotransmitter function and can help reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. So if you're going through something, you're in a wheelchair, you just came out the hospital, you need to eat stuff that's going to give you a boost mentally. It definitely works. I know this for a fact. You eat some fruits and stuff and you kind of feel great. You kind of it's opposite of being depressed. You'll have more hope. You'll have more desire. Just a process. Okay, I'm trying to rehab. That's one thing. Then, if I try to eat the best to rehab, that's something different. So I'm trying to rehab, and now I'm trying to clean the way I eat my diet up so I don't die. So I'm trying to eat better. So I'm going to rehab, and I'm trying to eat better. So every time I'm successful eating better, that's going to give me the encouragement for my rehab because I'm going to feel like a success. When I go, oh man, I'm going to go to the store and give me some cherries and blend them up and drink them, that's going to build my confidence up. That's going to make me think, yeah. And then the nutrients in there. You know, people talk about God, but God's not stupid. So if you believe there is a God, you don't believe a God would put all of that in the fruits and in the vegetables and in the nuts and grains and herbs and spices? You don't think everything would be in those plants to help you? When the beginning of the Bible say what? I given you all green herbs for food, and it was so. That's what it says. That's what it says. It says, I've given you all green herbs for food, and it was so. Supports recovery from addiction. In addition to rehabilitation, fresh fruits and vegetables aid not only physical healing, but also emotional well being. Engaging in meal planning and preparation can be a therapeutic activity that promotes mindfulness and self care. So these things are going to boost you up, hype you up, while repairing any damage to the body. These things could be used to make you do better, to give you a drive, to give you a sense of accomplishments. Oh man, I'm doing good, man. I've been eating better. Man, I put that salt down. I know people, man, they stopped drinking. And the pride from stop drinking was more powerful than them stopping drinking. They stopped drinking, but the pride from it was bigger than life. the way they felt from that accomplishment was what really took them to the next level. Think about it. And it's all right there. I don't know what's going on with the Christians. And God said, this is in the first chapter of Genesis. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed, till you it shall be for meat. Clear cut. In the first chapter. Clear and direct. First chapter. Before the fall, before sin. But you want to listen to how you should eat after the fall, after the sin, after Cain killed Abel, after the flood. You don't want to listen in the beginning when everything was perfect. Chapter 2. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. It's all right there. This is your medicine. This is your medicine. It's all right there. Clear as day. Right there. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. This is your herbs. This is your ginseng, your ginger, your onions, your garlic, your bell pepper, and so on and so forth. And so if you're going to rehab, you don't be eating a bunch of meat and cheese, artificial flavors, artificial colors, preservatives. Now, instead of your body repairing, your body fighting garbage all day. Now, how is your system going to heal you while it's fighting trash? Why are you eating red dye, this, blue dye, yellow dye, artificial this, artificial that, no nutrition in the food, a big old lump of meat that ain't got nothing in it. They claim it's got protein in it. You ain't eating no bananas, no pineapples, no grapefruits, no honeydew melons, none of the nutritional stuff. You eating a cow, and the cow don't even eat cow. The cow don't even eat cow, and you eating it. It doesn't make any sense. You need fruits and vegetables if you're rehabbing. That's what you need. The liquids, the juice in that is the healing. Vegetables aid medical. We did fruit. Now we're doing vegetables. Vegetables aid medical rehabilitation by providing essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and fiber for tissue repair, immune function, and energy. They are rich in antioxidants to reduce inflammation and protect cells, and their high water content supports hydration and detoxification. For some examples, like spinal cord injury, specific vegetables offer magnesium for nerve function and folate for neurological health, while the fiber in the vegetables can prevent constipation, often caused by pain medications during recovery. Because these plants got all type of medicine in them, that's why they were made for you. In the city, everybody that raised dogs know this back in the day. I don't know about now. But if you had a dog and any time your dog didn't feel well, he would go in the backyard and start eating grass. That's how you knew your dog didn't feel well. You knew your dog didn't feel well when your dog started eating grass. And those dogs eat that grass and repair whatever's going on in their stomach. People that know dogs know I ain't lying. Fuel for repair. Vegetables provide carbohydrates, the body's primary energy source. Now, see, if you in a wheelchair, like I was in a wheelchair. When I got up, I had to hop on crutches with one leg up. Guess what I need to rehab? Guess what I need to go to rehabilitation at St. Francis Hospital? I need energy. Energy. How are you going to rehab with no energy? So this is why I'm telling the queen, coffee is fake energy. Coffee could be used to help you rehab. Don't get me wrong. But you got to make sure there ain't no milk in it. It's got to be plant-based. It's got to be, some clean coffee. Coffee, that little bit of caffeine can make you go and do your little rehab that the doctor and them want you to do. That's a fact. Don't get me wrong. You could use caffeine. You can use coffee to help you do your exercise, but only after you put the nutrition in there. You don't want to do the coffee first. You want to do the food first. So let's say I got to go to rehab, Sherry. Or I got to do my exercise today, and I do my exercise at 11. So I get up in the morning. I get up in the morning, the first thing I'm going to do is eat my food. Now, if I got to exercise at 11, I might drink a little bit of coffee before I do my exercise. But the problem with that is exercising on top of caffeine could be too much for your heart, because the caffeine is going to raise your acceleration of your heart, and then you exercising, and I wouldn't necessarily advise that. And so sometime I got to work late at night and I drink coffee. If I'm up late at night and I drink coffee, I don't work out the next day. I'm going to tell you, because I'm too spooked. I'm not going to drink this coffee and hype myself up. Coffee going to make me stay up longer than I usually stay up. I'm not going to go to bed and then get up in the morning and get no barbells and be like, with this cat. No, I'll be too spooked. Because I'll be like, I don't know, man. That seems like a possible heart attack or a stroke. I'm going to keep it real. For me, I'm just speaking me personally. I'm too spooked to work out on caffeine. I don't need no stimulant like that and work out. That's just too much. Like, why would I raise my heart rate and then work out and raise my heart rate? I don't know. So I think the only way that would work is like a sip or two, like a little sip. So like you'll make some coffee, you'll take a couple sips and then do your little rehab and then drink the rest afterwards. That might not be bad, especially if you ate first. I can see that, but I wouldn't drink the whole cup. I'd be too scared. Sherry, I'd be scared. You know, when you get older, man, you're not fit to be, you gotta be thinking about your heart and your chest and all that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Immune support. The vitamins, the fruits are packed with vitamins such as A and C and other nutrients that boost the immune system, which is vital for healing and preventing infections during recovery. We did that. We did the tissue healing. We'll do improved digestion again. Improved digestion. The fiber in vegetable promotes healthy bowel movement, preventing constipation, a side effect of pain medication. And then hydration. Their high water content contributes to the body's overall hydration, which is important for all bodily functioning, especially detoxification. So, this is also for if you've been going to drug rehabilitation. If you're doing that and you're getting off drugs, you're getting off alcohol, the key is go fruit and vegetables. Give yourself a new hobby, something new to get hyped up over, to protect yourself. Leafy greens, spinach and kale, provide magnesium for muscle function and folate for neurological health. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli and cauliflower, contain glucosinolates that can boost the immune system and reduce inflammation. Sweet potatoes are a good source of complex carbohydrates and vitamin A, both beneficial in recovery. These are things we should be eating anyway. These are things we should be eating, and especially if we're trying to heal. Okay? We need the foods that heal. Apples. Apples detox heavy metals, support weight, reduce risk of heart disease. Eat with the skin. Watermelon, muscle repair, hydration, manage mood, makes a natural sports drink. And when you basically going to rehab, you're basically doing the same thing athletes do to train to get in shape. You're trying to get in shape. You're trying to get out the wheelchair. You're trying to get off the crutches. You're trying to repair your foot. You're trying to repair your back. Pomegranate, build blood, support hormones, healthy skin. Blueberries, protection against cancer, protect your heart, a brain booster. See, so imagine you're helping your brain. You're going to need to help your brain to give you the courage and to hype you up to build up the body. Then the blueberries are going to be protecting your heart while you're exercising. Kiwi, reduce stomach acid, reduce inflammation, improves digestion, helps eye health. Eat with the skin on it. Papaya heals the gut, skin healing, anti-parasites, right? Now, let's say you're trying to rehabilitate. You don't know you got parasites. You're eating papaya, the parasites leave in your body. For some reason, you feel better because there was other things wrong with you. So when you start consuming more water, consuming more fruits, consuming more vegetables, so that you can rehab, maybe so you can walk better, you're also healing everything else, which is also going to help you walk better. So if there's other things wrong with you, that's going to also be slowing you down. Okay. With the muscle repair, there is some nerve damage. I assume the fruits and vegetables help with the nerve damage. Here's the thing with the nerve damage, Sherry. The nerve damage is going to have to heal by itself. I had extensive nerve damage in my leg, and they said those nerves would only replace themselves this much a year. So for the nerve damage, it's going to take a long time. Don't worry about that. The nerves grow back very slow, to the point I didn't have no feeling in the bottom of my leg until recently, and it's almost back. And this happened back in 91. So from 1991 to now, my leg is almost, the nerve damage is almost repaired. That's how long it takes. Don't worry about the nerve damage. You don't need to worry about the nerves. The main thing you need to do is just get back to everything else to fix, and let the nerves fix themselves. They'll slowly fix themselves on their own. But nerve damage takes forever. But it will not bother you any. It won't bother you. As it starts to repair itself, because it starts to repair itself right away, but it only does this much a year. But you'll be fine. Because I've been fine, and my leg had nerve damage 91, 2001, 2011, 2021, 30 something years. And the damage is not all the way there, but it is. I can finally feel the front of my leg. I couldn't feel my shin for years. It was just numb. I didn't care. I could walk. But I kept banging it, and, it'd be bruised. I don't even know it's bruised because I can't feel it. But then, the main thing is you're alive. Always remember that. I'm alive. So let me go from there, right? So you're alive. That's all you care. You're alive, and go from there. And get everything, fix it the best that you can. And if you fix it the best you can, and then you eat really clean, that body will still keep repairing itself. Something doctors don't know. If this much if this is you and you're this much damaged, and then you do a little rehab so you can get around, and now you can get around. If you go on a strict plant-based way of eating and eat a lot of different fruits and vegetables and a lot of nutrition, you won't know it, but your body will still be repairing itself. And you won't even know it. Because like I said, I didn't even know my leg. I didn't know my leg had healed. I just found out like 2 weeks ago when I was putting some oil on my leg, and I was like, oh, my leg ain't numb. I don't know when it happened, but recently, because that leg been numb for years, for 30 years, 20 some years, 30. I don't know when it fixed itself. It fixed itself though I could feel my hand rubbing on it. It's not, I can feel it, but I can tell it's not all the way, especially when I get down to like where my ankle's at, but almost. Probably by next year, the year after, it'd probably be back 100%. But it wouldn't do that if I wasn't putting liquid in there. If I wasn't putting liquid in there, which is in the fruits and the vegetables, Sherry, there would be nothing to fix it. Let's take your automobile. How many liquids our cars take? Our cars cannot move without liquid. You got to put motor oil in it. You got to put antifreeze in it. You got to put gas in it. You got to put windshield wiper fluid in or you can't see where you're going. You got to put transmission fluid in it. Think about it. That's 5 fluids in the car. Your body's the same way. Tell your son I said hi, and tell him when he go to the store, every time he show up every now and then, bring mommy some cherries. Bring mommy some cherries. Bring mommy some type of fruit, son. Okay? Bring mommy some type of fruit in there so she can nibble on. Just like, y'all great-great-grandmama, just like her mama. And your mama's mama and your mama's grandmama was like serious on walnuts and fruits and stuff. That's why them people were so strong in the South. They were strong as an ox. But their basic food was fruits and vegetables. That was their basic food. They were serious about that. They were serious about their oatmeal and stuff like that. Oh, they took that real serious. Okra and all that, they took that serious. Real serious. And then just keep a positive attitude. Keep a positive attitude. And you will be back in no time, Sherry. You'll be back. You're obviously strong. So all you got to do is just pump them fruits and stuff in there. That's going to help your stomach too, because, you can't be getting constipated when you're trying to rehab. Oh, my God. And I've been through it. Like I said, man, I was messed up. I mean, Angela saying the ox is plant-based. Angela, it's too much. You are too much. Okay? So for everybody out there rehabbing, you got to reduce your alcohol intake. Right? You got to eat less salt and more fruits and vegetables. And you got to be more active. You got to be more active. Okay? You got to be more active. And you got to have faith. You got to have faith in God. But God made the fruits and the vegetables. See what I'm saying? That's what the part people miss. You see what I'm saying? See, people be praying to God, but God gave us everything already. So I know God be looking at us like, I gave y'all all the stuff. Gave you everything you need to survive. That's why that's why watermelon tastes so good. That's why sex is so exciting. So you always make people, right? So fruits are good, so you always eat it. Why are mangoes so good? Why are cherries so good? Why are grapes so good? Because to make sure you eat it. Think about it too. A lot of these things come from a tree. How strong is a tree? Strong. The moisture, our body's moisture. Our body is, so we need moisture. We need moisture. We need fruit juices and vegetable juices. So when we eat, then when you're chewing it, all that juice is going in your gums, making your gums strong. You swallowing it, it's making your throat good. It's going down, it's soothing, it's taking care of the whole body, it's lubricating the whole body with nutrients. The best way to rehabilitate from the hospital is to work with your medical team to create a discharge plan that aligns with your need, whether that involves inpatient rehabilitation, home health care, or outpatient therapy. Rehabilitation typically includes physical, occupational, and speech therapy to regain strength, balance, and daily living skills. Key to recovery is to keep moving, eat nutritious foods, stay hydrated, Stay mentally active and lean on your support system and family and friends. So, to everybody out there that's got a loved one that's going through rehab or you going through rehab, you always stay positive. Don't say you believe in God and then give up. Your God expects you to be positive and know that if you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to be fine. And the body is very powerful, and the body is made to heal itself. And all you got to do is give it the nutrition that it needs to heal. And all of the most important nutrition is in the fruits and the vegetables. Okay? So you all stay positive, eat to live, take care of yourself, right? And remember, health is wealth. Victory.